Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari
Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari
Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare श्री राधा गोपी वल्लभा की, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री गौर निताई की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुः उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निते नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you. We have been doing the Anukulyasa Sankalpa and Pratikulyasa Varjanam. So the Pratikulyasa Varjanam is a very important aspect, limb of Sharanagati, because if we don't avoid unfavorable items for our devotional service, then we'll become infected by unfavorable elements, and that will spoil our devotional service. In Chaupadi temple, one time, there was a tree, a very sturdy tree, but next to the tree there was a creeper coming and enveloping the tree. And initially it appeared that the creeper is very thin, very small and very tender. But the tree was very powerful, mighty. But eventually the creeper became like a steel cord, became thicker and thicker and thicker. So much so that it wrapped up the tree and turned down the tree, bent the tree and uprooted the tree over a period of time. So our bad habits are also like that. Initially they appear like cobwebs, they eventually become cables. They become very strong. So in Pratikulya Savarjana, what are some of the bad habits that one should avoid? We already discussed in the other day class. Atyahara, Prayasasya, Prajalpa. It all starts with what I told you, remember? Janasanga, correct. From Janasanga what comes? Laulyam. Greed. Bad association. No, in Janasanga people do Prajalpa. In Prajalpa, just like in Bhakta Sangha you do Krishna Katha. In Janasanga they do Prajalpa. So Prajalpa means talking about things unrelated to Krishna. And the result of that is what? What you said is Laulyam. Laulyam. So once that Laulyam paradigm comes into our mind, and the greed, that means one is not able to draw a line between necessity and luxury. One is not able to draw a line between need and want. So when that comes, the problem is the wants and the greed, they can consume our life practically. They can devour our life. And then Laulyam leads to what? I told you further. In that Atyahara Prayas. Hard work. So I was just telling the example. If you want to cover your body with a dress, it's not very costly. But you want a branded dress, it's costly. You want a four-wheeled vehicle to commute from one place to another. Four-wheelers are not that costly necessarily. But you want a Lamborghini or very costly car. Somebody took me in America one place, in one car, I don't know what was the car. Somebody later on commented, "Oh, Prabhu, you are traveling in Tesla car." He said, "I don't know, what is Tesla car? I have not seen it." I said, No, we saw you inside. What is it? It opens like Garuda, like this. You've seen that? And the door opens like this. So, of course, you want a car to go from one place to another which simply opens like a Maruti car, it's not very costly. But if you want a Tesla costly car, then you need what? No, you don't need hard work. You need money. Because you need money, you need hard work. So, of course, people enjoy living in luxury. There is a clear understanding between what is want and what is need and what is want. It's not very difficult to know the difference. How lavish we want to live. Accordingly, we need more money. When we need more money, we need more hard work. When you need more hard work, you need more. For doing that hard work, what do you need? More time. More hard work means more time. Some people do 3 jobs in a day. So you need more time. That means more facilities and commodities. For that you need more money. For more money, you need more hard work. For more hard work, you need more time. So more time means less time for Krishna. More time for hard work means less time for Krishna. This is how we get tricked in this world. That means if somebody can reduce one's inner demands of the mind, then they have more time for Krishna. And Krishna says, "Time I am." He says, correct, no? You have more Krishna means you have more time. He says, "Kalosmyaham," he says. That means Krishna and time are non-different. So, more you are able to make time for Krishna, you get more Krishna. Therefore we say, maximize Krishna time, minimize Maya time, we say. So, in this way, Laulyam leads to Prayas, and the Prayas leads to what? I told you. Prayas leads to Niyamagraha. Niyamagraha. Niyamagraha means what? Neglecting spiritual practices. Because when we are greedy, when we work very hard, then there is little time for doing the spiritual practices. Somebody is supposed to chant in the morning, they didn't get time to chant. Then they chant in the counter at night, at 11 o'clock at night. So then the neglected spiritual practices don't awaken Krishna Prema. they don't awaken interest in spiritual life. We don't become serious in spiritual life. So gradually niyamagraha happens, neglecting spiritual principles. And then on one hand, we neglect spiritual principles. On the other hand, we do atyahara. Atyahara is what? Accumulating more than necessary, which are the wants. In this way, these 6 things, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad says that they are all pratikul for bhakti. Shadbir bhaktir vinashyati, it says. Similarly, the first 6 also, Vachavegam, Manasavegam, Krodhavegam, Jihvavegam, Udaravegam, Pastavegam also. That also Shadbir bhaktir vinashyati. For example, Vachavegam means speaking, the urge to speak. So, one can speak all day also, provided you can glorify Krishna all day. Or, bring yourself close to Krishna, bring others close to Krishna. Or one unnecessarily engages tongue in speaking useless talk or gossiping, rumor mongering, backbiting, bad mouthing, sweet talking on face and bad mouthing on back, and things like that. Or fault finding, blaspheming, becoming critical of others. So, then such a tongue is a dangerous tongue like a snake. Because then what will happen? Bird will get around. Hey, you told about me like this, you told about me like that. Then you'll have to wrestle with guilt and try to write long messages and make long phone calls, trying to pacify the other person. Actually, I didn't mean this, I didn't say that. Why you misunderstood me, you misunderstood. How many of you have seen that? Sometimes you just said something about somebody and then word got around and then later on you were taken to task and people threatened you and then you had to write a letter or something back. So, therefore the tongue should be controlled. There is nothing wrong in glorifying somebody even in their absence also. In fact, when you glorify somebody in their absence, when the word gets around, they feel great affection for you. Oh, in my absence they told about me like this. So they feel so much affection for you by that. On the other hand, when we have to talk bad things about somebody, that is why sometimes in the management it is a very difficult thing. Because there is something bad about somebody. If you don't tell, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Certain things you have to tell everybody. So one has to know how to properly present it in a way that we are in a mood of service and not in a mood of ridiculing others or mocking at others or delighting in others' faults. Even while pointing out faults, we have to be prayerful. So then that way others will not misunderstand us. Maybe even if they misunderstand, we can't do anything because that is dharma actually. Dharma means even while pointing faults, you are thinking about their welfare. In this way, the tongue should be controlled. Mind's demands. Once on His Grace Bhima Prabhu, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, came to Pune. We arranged a youth program for him. 300-400 students were there. One boy asked a question to him, Prabhu, when I am walking on the road, when I turn and look at the shopping mall, immediately my mind is pulling me. It says, go inside. Then I go inside. Immediately my mind is telling me, purchase this, purchase that. Then I start spending. Immediately my mind says, even though your pocket is empty, take out the credit card and purchase even more, my mind says. And then with credit card I purchase so many things. And I walk out of the shop with so much goods in my hand, which are all unnecessities many times. And when I go home, I realize that I have wasted too much money. My hands are very loose for spending money. My hands are always itching for purchasing things. So my mind is making too many demands. What to do, Prabhu? Bhima Prabhu replied. He said, when I walk on the road, my mind also says the same thing, he said. But what I tell the mind, you monkey mind, shut up. You will waste my time, waste my energy, waste my money. I have to save money, not to squander the money, not squander the wealth. In this world, making money is difficult. When you make money, then save money. Unnecessarily don't waste in unnecessities. Spend less, save more, offer in charity. In this way, keep your life holy. So he was telling that the mind will make demands. One has to control the mind like sometimes parents have to control a naughty child. A naughty child may go to the kitchen and pick up a knife or may want to touch the fire, or sometimes a naughty child want to run away into the road. So parents have to control the child, especially when it's a small kid, doesn't know what is right, what is wrong, it doesn't know. So the naughty mind goes by instinctive demands. So, manasa vegam, one has to control that. So in the Mahabharata, one interesting thing I read, it says, one should not desire that which should not be desired. It says. And then one should at any cost attain that thing which is to be obtained at any cost with hard work, it says. So what are these two things? The first one is sense gratification. One should not desire that which should not be desired, which are prohibited things for us. One should not desire that. One should reject that. And what is that thing which should be attained at any cost? That is back to Godhead. For that one can put efforts. So the prayas should be directed in attaining spiritual world. And the prayas should not be put in a direction which will take us in a downward spiral to hell. So one should be very alert in life, in first of all discriminating and then making the right choices. So all of you please repeat these three statements. Know the right, choose the right, discipline the right. That's what everybody should. So how do you know the right? By study of Shastra. You get the discrimination power to know what is good for you, what is bad, what to pick, what to drop, what is beneficial, what is harmful, what is worthy to pursue, what is not worthy. That is know the right. So knowing the right, is that all? No. Well, how many of you know what are good things but you don't get time to pursue them? Anybody? Correct, no? We have dozens of things we know they are best for us. Somehow we gravitate towards many other things which swallow our time and the right things remain undone. So therefore, not only we have to know the right, we also should choose the right. Choose the right. After choosing the right, what it takes to choose the right? Anybody can say? To know the right, you need to study Shastra and hear the lectures. Then you know the right. What it takes to choose the right? Courage, correct.
Free will.
Of course, free will is there for choosing the right.
Willpower.
Willpower. You need willpower to choose the right. So where does the willpower come from? From chanting Hare Krishna. And taking vows and sticking to vows. Willpower increases. Ekadashi day I will not touch grains. So your willpower increases. Tirupati Balaji hill I will climb without taking a car. And then you accomplish the goal of climbing up, then you increase the willpower. Correct, no? Yeah. Sometimes in India, parents go to Tirupati Balaji and everybody shaves. Sometimes your son or daughter, they will say, oh, I don't want to shave, It doesn't look well. But parents say, no, we have to give your hair to God. So one kid was asking, what does God do with my hair? And I like my hair to have. I want to have it. God doesn't need your hair, but you need to cultivate detachment. What will He do with your hair? Even we can't do anything with our hair if it is taken off your head. Correct, no? Correct, no? See, if you shave your hair and give in the hand, what will you do with that? Isn't it? But what does God do with your hair? He doesn't do anything with your hair. But if you go to Balaji, He'll let you shave up your head, and look in the mirror, you have a clean shaven head, and then you develop some detachment. Isn't it? Isn't it? Otherwise, if you have hair, you have 24 styles are there. In India, they have 24 styles of hairstyle. Disco style, this style, that. You see like this. So many types of beard and so many types of mustaches. So, we become so bodily conscious. We are mustache conscious, beard conscious, hair conscious, belt conscious, shoe conscious, except Krishna conscious. So, in this way, our mind has too many demands and one cannot entertain all the demands. Like a naughty child's demands can be entertained? No, you tell the mind, forget it. So one has to. So those people who are able to restrain the mind's demands, like for example, many of the students practically cry to me. They say, Prabhu, I'm sitting with the Instagram and hours and hours it goes, I have exam tomorrow, but I'm not able to give up the smartphone. So that means they don't have control of their mind. They have become a slave of smartphone. Keep the smartphone inside, lock the smartphone up, and then take the book and read. So further we need to control the mind's demands. So controlling the urge to speak, mind's demands, and anger also should be controlled. Anger is one letter short of danger. Sometimes we become angry towards somebody, we develop hatred or revengeful attitudes. These are all completely unfavorable, because when I sit to chant the holy name, I need a clean heart to be able to call out the holy name of the Lord fervently, because bhakti is very tender, it's very soft, and it arises in an innocent heart, a pure heart. Na krodho na chamatsaryo na lobho na shubhamatihi bhavanti krita punyanam bhaktanam purushottame. He says, na krodho, don't exhibit anger unnecessarily on other living entities. Generally you learn to tolerate, but sometimes use anger to get something done for the good of the person. Like parents may be sometimes raising the tone to a child to ensure that the child doesn't just play all day, but also sits and studies or something like that. Sometimes we may raise our tone sometimes to make sure some good thing is done, but we should not become afflicted by anger, because anger contaminates the whole body. Just like when you go to washroom and pass stool, the whole body is contaminated. Similarly, anger also contaminates the whole body. When your body shivers and eyes become bloodshot, and you lose your cool head, you lose temper. We look ugly, and also we get contaminated by that. And such thoughts, there are 4 degrees of anger. You see, it begins with slight disturbance, and then it grows into agitation, then it goes into anger, then hatred, or resentment we call it. We should not allow it to grow like this. Take life easy. Don't take it too hard, because in this world everything will not happen as per our expectations. Don't get frustrated very easily. We are not God to see that everything happens according to our will. Okay, something you expected didn't happen. Take it light. Find out how to figure out a way to make it happen later. Don't get excessively angry. And also life should be taken like a play, like a game. Okay, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's not that we'll win always. No need to get frustrated unnecessarily, because the ultimate goal of going back to Godhead is more important than these petty successes on a material plane. The material plane is simply like a game. Like one evening you play and come, that day you may win or lose, but that is not your main life. Your main life is to purify heart and go back to God. In that life you have to be more attentive. Other things are just play only. So, Vacha Vegam, Manasa Vegam, Krodha Vegam. And then the other 3 are in one line. Jihva Vegam, Udara Vegam, Upastha Vegam. That Jihva Vegam is what? Urge to eat. And then urge to eat opulent foods. For example, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Luchi Chini Puri Bali. He gives a list of opulent items, which are very wonderful to offer to Krishna. But they are only wonderful for Krishna. We can't eat like that. One devotee was telling me, when he became a devotee, he started eating all the Rajabhog daily, opulent food, jalebi, and gulab jamun, and sandesh, and rasamalai, in big quantities, and then he got a stomach problem. So he said, Prabhu, now I have realized after 6 years of practice that these are all wonderful only for Krishna. As far as a devotee is concerned, when it comes out, nowadays I distribute more than eat myself. He said, and Prabhupada said the same thing. The Rajabhoga is for distributing, not for consuming oneself. You can take little bit like Mahaprasad, you say. But if we overeat, then we will go to sleep. And also, why the tongue has to be controlled in eating? Because by putting fine foods, the tongue gets titillated, agitated. And agitated tongue wants more and more. Like gulab jamun is a very fine food. Rasamalai, son babdi, this kind of things. Jalebi, shrikhand. They are all very fine items. Little bit you can take. But if you tend to eat more, they agitate the tongue. And tongue says, give me more, give me more, give me more. It keeps demanding. And the more and more and more we eat, they strengthen our senses and increase our propensity for sense gratification. So, and also we will have to cut a sorry figure. Like I have seen many devotees who eat opulent items. They will come and ask, Prabhuji, can I get 2 more gulab jamuns? They know that it is limited. Still they ask. So sometimes they are turned away. They said, sorry, limited. Then others may laugh at them or whatever. We have to cut a sorry figure because the senses When senses become master, we become their slave. We have to cut a sorry figure. One cannot. There are two senses which have to be controlled primarily. All over Bhagavatam you will find this in Prabhupada purports, the tongue and the genitals. These two, which means the eating habit and the sex life. If one does not control these two urges, one will become a laughing stock in this world. You can see Pururava became a laughing stock because he chased after Urvashi, who lived with him for a year and then she left him. He became madman. He was roaming like a fool. He became a play toy in the hands of Urvashi. Krida Mriga word is used. Teshu, Ashanteshu, Moodheshu, Kandita Atmas, Asadhushu, Asadhushu, Sangamna Kuryat, Shocheshu, Yoshik Krida Mrigeshu cha. See, man and woman are allowed to marry and they can stay together and beget children and raise them in Krishna consciousness. There is no objection to that. But when a man becomes addicted to a woman, attached to a woman, a slave of a woman, just like Bilvamangala became a slave of Chintamani. So much so that one day he crossed the river with catching a dead body, thinking it to be a plank of wood. And then he went to her place on that heavily rainy day, and then he saw the wall on all sides, and then the door was also closed. And because of the heavy rain, nobody could hear. He battered the door, nobody was opening. She was living in the first floor. So this fellow climbed on the wall with something like a rope which was hanging, and that rope happened to be what? Snake. It was like a mountain snake. And he climbed on the wall, he broke open the window and he jumped in, full of bruises all over his body. She looked at him and said, "What a foolish man you are so attached to my, perishable dying body. If you had even an iota of attachment to Lord Krishna in your heart, you would have attained him long ago." As soon as she said this, immediately there was lighting in his mind. Chintamani, Somagirir, Gurorme, he said, "Oh Chintamani, I think your tongue, whatever it spoke now, same instruction my Guru Somagiri gave me in the last life, but I didn't listen to his good instruction. I headlong went in the path of sense gratification, therefore I am reborn again. Now I was chasing after you. Your words have enlightened me. I consider that you are speaking my Guru's words. I will at once go to Vrindavan. I will never look back." And then he went on to become such a great devotee. He wrote Krishna Karnamrit. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu repeatedly adored Bilvamangala. Can you imagine? A person who is so despicable, so degraded person, now he became the most exalted and worshipable. And that's what the holy name of Krishna does. It can uplift a person from the most degraded state to the most exalted state. A person who will be spat upon by everybody will be worshipped by the whole world by the power of devotional service. So in this way, he controlled his urge and he went on to become a great soul. So we have to control the urges of the tongue and the urges of the genitals. Vishayira annakaila manilahayaman malinamayanahayla nahi Krishna rasmaran, it is said. If one eats food that is not offered to Krishna just because it is very delicious in the marketplace, you purchase anything and eat, that is a Vishayira anna, it is said. It is a food which is sinful. And by eating such foods, malina hayaman, your mind will become very degraded. And when mind becomes malina, then nahi Krishna rasmaran. You cannot remember Krishna. On the other hand, any food that is offered cooked with love and offered with love by devotees, and then when it is served, you accept that food. The food should be sanctioned, sanctified, regulated. Sanctioned food is vegetarian food. Sanctified food is prasad. Regulated is in moderate proportion. Then the tongue will be under control. See, we don't appreciate indulgence, we don't appreciate self-denial. Now Vipassana meditation, Buddhists, Jains, they go for self-denial. And that causes also a lot of frustration because you are not allowed to touch sweets, foods and other things. And indulgence, that also burns your senses because demanding more and more and more. So it's like pendulum. Don't go for indulgence, don't go for denial. And in between is what? Regulated. Take little jalebi, little shrikand, little gulab jamun. That's why ISKCON is best. In ISKCON we don't go for denial. and we don't go for indulgence. Of course, ISKCON is best, but you have to follow regulated. In ISKCON, if somebody doesn't regulate the eating habits, then once the tongue is titillated, it will be mad, it will be difficult to say no to the tongue afterwards. Therefore, some limit should be put in eating tasty items. Then what about the belly? Sometimes the food is not very tasty, but the belly wants more and more. Like we used to go to Chopari temple to eat khichdi on Sunday. Khichdi would be so, tasty that we would go on filling up more and more. One full plate, then second full plate, then third full plate. Then the belly, when one is loading the belly with a huge quantity of food, the belly is like this. Some people put so much in the belly that the rice particle comes from the nose. That much they fill up. Up to this. And there is no, belly is not able to digest. Therefore indigestion happens. According to Shastra, how much we should eat? In the belly, 50% put food and then 25% for water. Rather 25%? Yeah. That everybody knows, but nobody follows. Everybody knows this truth. Isn't it? But once the food is nice, then we eat. After when we get up, we realize, my Lord, I think I ate a little heavy. Like sometimes in Yatra time, we see a person says, keep on putting, put more. And he takes like a mountain. When he sits, he realizes, I can't finish it. He eats only half of it. We used to ask him, why did you take so much? He said, I was afraid it may get over. So you take. So take only little. So if you overfill up the belly, in Bharat Maharaj's section, the last part, you will find, Prabhupada writes one powerful purport on, when you overload the belly, we get sleep, he says, after eating. So eating is for getting energy. Eating is not for getting sleep. For example, in a sacrificial fire, you put a huge quantity of wood in the top, what happens? Fire dozes off and also smoke comes. So is it the goal of putting the wood? So the wood should be put little by little. Samit sticks you take in the hand. You have seen Brahmanas, they are very intelligent. Little by little they will put, so that the fire is kept growing. Similarly, Jatragni is there in the belly. If you put too much quantity of food, it just douses it completely. And then smoke is what causes us sleep. But if you take appropriate quantity of food, then the Jatragni burns it and then it turns into blood, you get energy, then you do a lot of services. Rishikena, Rishikesh Sevana. So eating is for getting energy, and according to science also, energy means capacity to do work. Correct, no? So therefore, a lorry truck driver, he goes to a motel. After eating, he sits in the driver's seat and then he can drive nicely. Not that he goes to sleep there. If he sleeps there, there will be an accident. Correct, no? So one shouldn't overeat. Accident for a devotee is what? Not reading Prabhupada's books and going to sleep. That's our accident. Correct, no? So, therefore, Vacha Vegam, Manasa Vegam, Krodha Vegam, Jihva Vegam, Udara Vegam, Upastha Vegam. These 6 are also urges which are pratikul for advancing in spiritual life. The other 6 we have already discussed, Atyahara Prayasa. So 6 plus 6, 12. So now, there are 2 words used, Sangha, Tyagat and Jana Sangha. Anybody knows what the difference between the two? Sangha, Tyagat on one hand and Jana Sangha on the other hand. Jana Sangha talks about people whose bad association should be avoided. Yeah. So, for example, there are 6 types of people we should avoid. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, first type of people are those who have no faith in God, no faith in morality. They are die-hard atheistic fellows. They are two-legged animals because they eat and sleep, they never care for God. They are ungrateful fellows. They are not much evolved any more than animals. They have no faith in God, no faith in morality. They break all the regulative principles. And they take the resources from God's nature. Second category is, they have faith in morality, but no faith in God. Because they think morality is very important in this world. We don't have to be a devotee of God and all. They say that resources are available in this world. Let us divide and equally divide and enjoy life. Be good, do good. Because they feel that without morality, anybody can kidnap your wife or child, and anybody can loot your money. And that they don't want. They want morality in this world. They want only morality and they don't care for God. But in the third category, they have faith in God and faith in morality, both. But their faith in God is subordinate to faith in morality. Because they think that if God fits in my morality box, then only I will accept him, otherwise not. For example, Gandhi said, I like Rama more than Krishna. Why? Because Ram fits in my morality box. Eka Patni Vrat, only one wife he accepted. But Krishna accepted 16,108 wives. He could not accept Krishna. So these people try to limit God to their own understanding. You see, when a thief steals, he is beaten by the police. When Krishna steals, he is glorified as Makanchor. Correct, no? You will see that in Vrindavan. When a soldier runs away from the battlefield, that is considered most abominable. I heard that in Vedic times, if a king runs away from the battlefield and comes home to the palace, the queen will not allow him inside. If she sees an arrow on the back, she will say that, what kind of coward are you that you received arrow on your back? Go back and fight the battle, she will say. On the other hand, Krishna ran from the battle, he is glorified as Ranchod. Why? Because 17 battles he defeated Jarasandha. 18th battle, Krishna had another plan to go to Dwaraka to attend to the Rukmani's letter. So he wanted to leave. So his running from the battlefield is not out of cowardice, but for a higher purpose. So he is glorified as Ranchod, like that. So when Krishna steals or Krishna runs, you can see he is glorified. So, but these are all finer truths. Like for example, now Krishna cheats. Who? Chalayasi vikramane balim adbhutavamana. We sing now. Chalayasi means cheat. In this world, is cheating good or bad? Bad. But when Lord cheats, how can Lord cheat? People will be confused. But Lord cheating is so sublime that his cheating also is sweet. How he cheated? He came as a small dwarf Brahmana boy on the request of Aditi, mother. Mother Aditi told, my dear Lord, we don't want others' property. But my sons, Indra, let them have their own property to rule. The demons have stolen away Indra's property. We just want it back, that's all. And Vamana said, okay, I'll get it back. See, Lord Vishnu can come with Shankachakra Gada Padma and attack Bali Maharaj and give back the property of Indra. He can do that. But that won't be as sweet as when he comes as a small dwarf Brahmana and then goes to the sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj and asks for 3 steps of land. And Bali Maharaj having a nice... Bali Maharaj saw the effulgent Brahmana boy and he was immediately felt some kind of vatsalya and some kind of attraction for the Lord. He said, Brahmana boy, ask me for any charity I can give you. I can give you a whole planet also if you want. And the boy said, I just want 3 steps of land. He said, hey, you have a bala buddhi. You are a small boy, your intelligence also is small. Tomorrow you may marry and you may need more land. At that time you will be again searching for somebody to give charity. Why not take a charity and keep it now itself? Intelligence is to save for the future. But the boy said, no. If I accumulate more than what I need, that will be a cause of my anxiety. I am a Brahmana, I will only worry about today, not tomorrow. Because tomorrow will be taken care by God. That's my conviction. Then he said, okay, yes, you are asking only that much, I will give you that much. But I am only worried, what will other people talk about me? Such a great king as you, king of the 3 lokas, and you are giving such a small piece of land. So anyway, Bali agreed. And then you all know what happened. Lord grew as Trivikrama and measured the upper and lower planets in 2 steps and he asked, where should I keep the 3rd step? So it appears like the Lord tricked him and cheated him. At that time even Brahma was disturbed. Brahma asked, my dear Lord, in this world even if somebody gives you a tulasi leaf, you become satisfied. Somebody gives you a little Ganga Jal, you become satisfied. Somebody offered a small flower, you become satisfied. This personality has offered what to you? All the 3 worlds. Are you not satisfied with this? Why are you asking him that where can I keep my 3rd step? This is too big a test, my Lord. And even Brahma started having tears in his eyes. The Lord told Brahma, Brahma, shh, keep quiet. This is a test I am conducting for my devotee. I want to check whether this fellow will pass my test or not. Let us wait and watch. Why am I doing what I am doing? You don't know. I only know. Wait. Then Brahma waited. And then when Lord told Bali, Bali, you have not kept your promise. Where can I keep my third step? Because you have failed in your promise, I arrest you now with a Varuna Pash. He bound him with Varuna Pash. And Bali was putting his head down. And his guru, Shukracharya, was angrily shouting at him. And all the ministers were upset also. And all the praja was weeping. Our king has lost all his property. And even his wife, Vindhyavali, she was speaking in glorification of the Lord and said, my dear Lord, in this world, you are the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Everything belongs to you. And persons like my husband, they are proudly thinking that, they have conquered the three worlds foolishly. They come for a short time and conquer and they go away. Ultimately, everything belongs to you. Like that she spoke. So even though he heard all these things, saw all these things, Bali Maharaj immediately contemplated on Prahlad Maharaj, who was his grandfather. Bali's father is Virochan, Virochan's father is Prahlad. He said to himself, Prahlad Maharaj surrendered to Lord Vishnu and he became glorious for all time to come. But Hiranyakashipu did not surrender to Supreme Lord. But I will prefer to follow in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj. And he then told the Lord, my dear Lord, in this world the owner of the land is different from the land. Now you have taken away my land. Now I am the owner of the land who is present. So if you keep your lotus feet on my head, then I become your slave and you can use me in the way you want. I offer my body, mind, words, everything to you. Please keep your lotus feet on my head. When he said this, Vaman Dev became conquered by that attitude of Atma Nivedanam. So Lord kept his lotus feet on Bali's head and then he blessed Bali in such a manner that Bali's name entered into the 12 Mahajans list. Swayambhu Narada Shambhu Kumara Kapilo Manu Prahlada Janako Vishmo Balir Vayasa Kirvaya. It entered. Plus, Lord told Bali that since you have surrendered to me, how did he surrender? He told one famous verse. Pumsam shlagitamam manye dandamarhat tamarpitam Jamnamata tata brata surdhaschaiva dishantihi. My dear Lord, even in this world, sometimes a mother or a brother may taunt a child or pinch a child or sometimes appear to be angry towards a boy. But the boy knows that these are my well-wishers. Mother, brother, they are my well-wishers. Whatever they are showing is for my good. I am not studying, so they are behaving like this. But as far as you are concerned, you are a personification of love and everything that emanates from you is love alone. Whether the world understands or not. If a doctor calls me and gives me an injection, it's not the doctor is angry with me. The doctor is purifying me. Similarly, you are purifying me by speaking the strong words. But I surrender to you because for a jiva there is no other shelter to go in this world other than your lotus feet. So I give myself to you. So in this mood, Bali surrendered. Just like all of you imagine for a while, say you have a plate of prasad on a festival day with pulao, kadi, rasamalai, puran poli and all this, gulab jamun, everything. Some hand comes from the top and picks up your gulab jamun vati. Will you be able to sacrifice your gulab jamun? See, for people in the entire plate, what is the most important item? Gulab jamun, sweet. And people eat everything else and keep watching at it. Finally they will eat it. Some people don't wash the mouth also because the sweetness will go away. Isn't it? It's a very attractive item. If that only is taken away by somebody, how will you feel? Then you look up and see, hey, who is that taking my gulab jamun? Imagine it happens to be your spiritual master. Isn't it? Say, that's Sudarshan Prabhu. Says, well, as Bhakti Maharaj is speaking up. Your gulab jamun, will you give it? Not just give it, he'll give the whole plate to him. Is it not true? Or Bhakti Prem Maharaj, somebody wants it. You're thinking whether to give or not? No. You will think or you will not think. How many of you will give away?
Will not think and will give away.
Yeah, you'll immediately give. No thinking. That's what Bali did. He said, if Lord is coming to my door to ask for everything, He gave me everything and He wants everything. Why will I not give? Happily He gave. Very gladly. He had no remorse in giving. Or He never regretted later on that I gave it away. Therefore, the Lord was conquered by His devotion. The Lord told him, you will be the next Indra. Whatever I am taking from you, I am going to give it all back to you. And He also put his name in the list of Mahajans. And He made him king of Bilaswarga, where Lord became Dwarapalaka, the gatekeeper. He was not just standing there at the gate. One time Ravana came to estimate the opulence of Sutala Loka. Lord gave him such a kick on his chest. Ravana toppled and took several saucers and went and fell in Lanka. When I heard that, I was laughing and laughing. First time I read it in Bhagavatam. It's there in that Subterranean Planets chapter. Why I was laughing? This Vamandev does all his services with the lotus feet only. First, for measuring the world, he lifted the feet only. Now, kicking Ravana also gave kick with the feet only. So, Vamandev is famous for his feet. Using his feet, I was thinking. So, in this way, why I was telling all these things? This pastime, why did I say that? Vamanadev's pastime, why did I say? Cheating. Lord appears to be cheating. Where is the cheating? He took back the property and gave it back to him as Indra. Is it not true? So Lord's activities are sublime. So before that, what I said?
The 4 types of...
Correct. So first fellow is no faith in God, no faith in morality. Second one is faith in morality, no faith in God. Third is faith in God and faith in morality. But trying to make God subordinate to morality is foolishness. And the other 3 are very easy. Polytheists. People worship multiple devatas, considering different devatas to be God falsely. Ananya Bhakti means we should accept Krishna as the supreme. Yekaleshwara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya. Everybody else is servant. And the 5th one is impersonless. And the 6th one is Dharmadvajis. Dharmadvaji means pretenders, religious pretenders. Okay? So we will stop with this. In tomorrow's class I will answer the questions only. I will not speak any more on this Shadivida Sharanagati. So 3 questions have come. If any of you in the online also have questions, please put the questions in the Google Sheet. Where is the Google Sheet? It is sent to all the Bhaktavali devotees. You can write the questions there. Okay, Prabhus? Thank you very much. Shri Prabhupada ki.